joined with my co-host, Jack. Hello, Jack. How are you feeling about this race in our 7th race of the championship?
Thanks for having me back. Happy Halloween, everyone. And, looking forward to another great week of V8s because they're always going to bring great racing. So.
Yeah, I find that we get a lot of close racing in this championship, especially in last race. What I really love seeing is not only strategies with the undercuts and pit strategies with blank file and dirt rally. We had really close racing with, Supercrosser and Taijo. Nearly every time they went into the chase, they had one of them trying to overtake and one of them ending on the grass. That was great to watch. And towards the back of the pack, we had Metallica, Revs Martin, and Dirk Diggler having great battles too. So even if the cars aren't close with each other, even if every class car isn't close to each other, there will be certain groups spread out in this race, I believe.
Yeah, we could be seeing a repeat of Taijo and Supercrosser tonight. We're still in the early stages of qualifying, but they're only separated by a tenth of a second at the moment, so we could be seeing that's very good over.
Yeah, and here we will see much different times compared to Bathurst, as everyone's different at different tracks. As I heard that I know that Dirt Rally and Supercrosser loves Bathurst, and Blankfile seem to love it too, but I believe not anyone has spoken about their love for Nürburgring, so could we see a dark horse and come out of nowhere we see someone much quicker than what we'd expect?
We could definitely see a few come up, seeing that it's not driver preference this track, so that definitely might be suited to some others. And the top three are looking pretty close at the moment, so we might see a lot there.
Yeah, and we got blank files, our earlier leaders who couldn't, finish the last he couldn't attend Fuji and Watkins Glen, so we've still got catching up to do, but with the standings is getting up there eventually. But our current championship leaders, Supercrosser and Taijo, currently... No, Taijo's not a championship leader, but Dirk Rally and Supercrosser, first and third. So this is what I'm really looking forward to. Dirt Rally's going to want to extend that lead, as he's now above Supercrosser in the standing, so... What do you think there? Do you think Supercrosser is going to be able to improve that lap time? It's quite a big gap between them. It's almost a 2-second. Dirt Rally's doing really well with a 22. That's not what I expected to see, especially in practice. And they must have been doing race pace, but I did see in a practice session that a lot of them were setting 24s.
There is quite a big gap between the first and third, but I think in Supercrosser's case, he's 2 points behind Dirt Rally now. So I think what he wants to do is trying to slow down that points lead, keep Dirt Rally as close as he can, and then go over to Circuit of the Americas and try and get a good crack on that last race. And I think if he keeps it clean this race, we could be seeing our last race battle for the title.
And I do believe that, from memory, in some pre-practice races at Circuit Americas, it's a very high downforce track. The setup could be quite similar to the Brands Hatch setups. They're using their max downforce. Well, I do think that there's going to be a fair bit of overtaking opportunities at that track. Yeah, so Hamish just said Spud's done a 21, and that's quite quick there. Spud's possibly going to join as a reserve driver next week, and Cool Boy says he's wondering how to join the league, so you can join Flux Motorsport races by going to fluxmotorsport.com, and the sign-up link will be in the website. We have seven championships to choose from, 6 being in Project Cars 2 and 1 being in Dirt Rally in Australian time zones for Project Cars 2, UK and US time zones of the UK races being Formula Renaults on the Thursday, 8 p.m, Formula Renaults on Wednesday, 8 p.m, Touring Cars Thursday, 8 p.m, Indy Cars are Friday night, 8 p.m, Eastern America, GTEs are at 7 p.m, Eastern America, LMP2s, 9 p.m. Eastern America on Saturday nights for the sports cars. Then the V8s tonight we have 8 p.m. on Australia time. So yeah, go to fluxmotorsport.com if you're interested in joining the races, and if you want to keep up with all the races that are streamed on fluxmotorsport.com, Flux Motorsport TV, you're more than welcome to subscribe. Yeah, as we go back into the action, McToasty's making his debut for this championship tonight as a reserve. So what can you expect from Toasty? You've raced him around in the GTEs, and I have too. So he is a fairly quick driver, and this is his first race in this car, so I do believe he'll be able to make some great battles with the other drivers. He won't be going for championship points, but he will be going for a great race result, as I know Toasty can really go for it in the race. He's a quick driver, and I love racing around him and watching him in his races. Do you have any thoughts about McToasty's race?
He definitely is a really quick driver. I know what he can pull out of the bag in race pace, because I know in the GT race today he qualified 6th and I believe finished 3rd, so we can see quite a lot from him. He's hanging nicely in that mid-pack right now, so I think he's making a few positions for the race.
Yeah, he's not too far behind Blankfile. He's got a bit of a large gap from Res Martin, but Blankfile is one of our quicker drivers in the championship. He is not too far behind Blankfile, so we couldn't make a great battle there. With 10 drivers in the race tonight, I believe we do have some great battles. We had great battles with TGS and Taijo at, I believe, Watkins Glen, and Taijo and Supercrush, but no, TGS couldn't attend Bathurst, so Taijo took that lead in the standings there. So, Missy Apex as well, I believe he's a bit further above. I think he's the one that's a bit closer to TGS now. As we look at the standings after Bathurst, TGS is a bit under Misty Apex, so Misty Apex will have to finish a few positions below TGS, but so if TGS can get that car a bit quicker to get above possibly Mr. Metallica or Revs Martin, he will try and finish as many places above Misty Apex as possible to possibly close in that gap in the championship standings.
I think this race we'll also see Blankfile trying to take 4th in the championship, as he's in 6 points behind Revs Martin, who's currently out qualified, so he'll be trying to get as far away from him, trying to get his way up the standings.
Yeah, Revs Martin currently trying to defend Blankfile. Blankfile will be trying to make the storm back up through the standings after the troubles at Watkins and Bathurst. No, Watkins and Fuji. So with Dirk Diggle and Revs Martin currently trying to keep Blank from getting higher. Dirk Diggle is currently in 10th and Revs in 7th. Oh, there we go. Just as I was talking about TGS making spots above in qualifying, there he goes into 6th place. He's still on a hot lap, as you can see. To tell if the drivers are on a hot lap or not, they would usually have their lights on, and if the lights are off, they're usually on a cool down or a warm-up lap. But yeah, there we go. TGS has just gone a few places above the Misty Apex, so there you go. He's trying to make that time to get many places above Misty Apex as possible to close that gap in the championship, and there you go. He can definitely see that it's possible here.
Nice that there by McToasty to put up into P3.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, a reserve driver already in the podium. What a great debut so far for him in qualifying. So there we go. Dirt Rally's going to be happy about that. If Dirt Rally's trying to extend that lead, Dirt Rally's only 2 points above Supercrusher, so Dirt Rally's going to be extremely happy about that one. With Supercrusher being in 4th now, he's got quite the gap in between the people around him. Taijo almost got quite the gap under Blankfile, but quite the gap above Missy Apex's too. MJ's had to retire from the championship. She's got her own time that's been made up, so she's been unable to attend the races here. So with quite the gap, if Taijo on 85 and Blankfile's on 118, Missy Apex in 8th, there's quite a gap for Taijo, so Taijo shouldn't be too worried about the championship for now, but anything can happen in the last 2 races of the season. This is where all the points can really change. So Taijo's, what I can guess, is just going to go for the best race result he can possible. But yeah, I do believe Supercrusher, he really wants to get above for Dirt Rally in this race, but with Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin, that's who Blankfile wants to stay ahead of, and at the moment Blankfile's ahead of both of them, so he is happy about that. But yeah, Dirt Rally
will be happy with any car that's in between him and Supercrusher. I think at this point, Supercrusher being down P4, it's a bit of a damage limitation race, but he's just trying to keep as close as he can to Dirt Rally, and he's got the pace advantage currently. He's trying to keep as close as he can to each down.
And this is exactly what what dirt rally needs, because not only when you have pit strategies to worry about for Supercross now, but he's got the cars in front of him and behind him as well. But with the lap times dirt rally setting, he doesn't seem to be, can't be too worried from what I imagine. He's possibly I see almost around 500 tenths quicker than Taijo. Taijo's got possibly his best qualifying result all season so far with 4 minutes left to go. This is great qualifying from Taijo.
And we've got about a second in between second and sixth.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack, mate, the comments are telling you to turn your mic up a little, just so it might be a little easier for the viewers. So, just a heads up, mate. But McToasty's made his pit stop. Must have had some sort of troubles on his hot lap with his car, but he's made a bit of damage, but he's leaving the pits all right. Yeah, he's got his cold tyres out, so he's going to make a warm-up lap with 3 minutes left to go. Blankfile's got a quicker lap where Blankfile's now 6. So there you go. TGS is in 5th place now. What a lap from TGS. Blankfile's got 6th place. I don't believe that's a penalty, and we'll check the timing stand. There's no penalty, so yeah, TGS has just gone quicker. This is exactly what he needs to get to close that gap from Missy Apex. This is amazing from TGS. He's only gotten quicker. I believe he was 9th before in qualifying, and now he's in 5th. This is huge improvement from TGS. And Miss Metallica, this will be his 3rd race, I believe, if the Flux Motorsport Championships. He's done a reserve race for the GTEs, and he's been a full-time driver for the V8, so he's done fairly well. And so far, he's had a really clean race at Watkins Glen and gotten a bit of troubles at Bathurst, but he's here to make a great race tonight. But I believe Res Martin's having a bit of trouble with the track limits there in the info feed before he makes a pit stop on his cool-down lap.
It's definitely going to be interesting between 4th and 6th for Supercrusher. They're only 3 tenths apart, and Supercrusher doesn't really want to be having to deal with a lot of traffic, and especially when he's trying to get all those points he can.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing. Dirt Rally's going to get an extra point from this qualifying, and if he keeps these times up, he does spin there, but if Dirt Rally keeps these times up, he can take the fastest lap as well. So Dirt Rally's going to try and take as many points as he can in the championship. I think this could be his 3rd hat-trick of the season. I think he's taken 2 hat-tricks so far. He took a hat-trick at Brands Hatch, I believe, and possibly Bathurst, I think. Am I correct there? Was that Blank who set the fastest lap at Bathurst? From memory, do you have?
I'm not too sure. I will get back to you on that.
Yeah, Dirt Rally's got 5 fastest laps, and yeah, Blankfile's got none, so yeah, and he's got 3 pole positions, so there you go, yeah, and 4 wins, so yeah, he's definitely got 3 hat-tricks before. We don't remember exactly what races, but yeah, Dirt Rally with 3 hat-tricks of the season. He'll be going to make his 4th. He's gone great. This is his debut Flux Motorsport season in the Project Car series we have, but in his debut season of Flux Motorsport, and he was in our Rally Championship and he won that, so he's going to win. Could he possibly win a 2nd championship in his 2nd season, which that's what we're waiting to find out. If Supercrusher can hopefully do a little better in qualifying to make those positions up. Blankfile's now in 4th above him. This is exactly what Blankfile wants, to sort up those standings above Revs Martin and Dirk Diggler. This is exactly what Blankfile wants, but not what Supercrusher wants at all.
It's definitely making it a lot harder for him now, because he's got quite a big gap to Dirt Rally, and Dirt Rally did in fact get a hat-trick at Bathurst as well.
Yep, so that's what I believe. Yeah, Bathurst, Fuji and Bransachi got the hat-trick, and what I really want to find out if he might be able to do it tonight, but Blankfile, no, there we go, Blankfile's now 2nd. Blankfile's definitely capable of, he is a bit slower, but Blankfile's definitely capable of it. He's been a really quick driver this season, but he's now to put Taijo in 3rd. So I know Blankfile's been really quick in these cars, and he'll be going for the best result as he possibly can. He may be 5th in the standings, but he's making up that time. All he needs to, he's definitely above Dirk and Revs Martin. So if he can get as many positions up in the race, he's going to try and go for that 3rd place, I believe. If he can really go for it if the results go his way at Circuit of the Americas. With McToasty qualifying over, McToasty's got 4th place in the standings of qualifying, so that's great for his debut race in the V8 Supercar Championship. Congratulations to McToasty, as he's now in the pits. We'll see that Dirt Rally's now in the pits. We have Supercrusher making his final lap. Oh, almost drifting there in the final corner, so I don't believe he's making a better time. Revs Martin struggling heading into the chicane. No, he's on the final sector, but I don't believe he's going to be making a faster lap. We're watching heading into the chicane. He's got a fairly clean car, so he hasn't had any damage in this practice session. He's been fairly clean all session for these 20 minutes of practice. I mean, the chicane got a really good line there so far. The final corner, we'll see if he can hopefully make that position up on TGS that happened earlier, and he sadly cannot make a quicker lap. So here we are at the end of qualifying. The official start for the race. We'll head you through it during the rating time. So first place, we have Dirt Rally, and on the right side of him on the grid is Blankfile on the inside. Then third will be Taijo. 4th, McToasty on the inside of Taijo. 5th, Supercrusher, not really where he wants to be, but his teammate is behind him in 7th. And on the inside of Supercrusher's teammate is TGS, Unbound. And Miss Metallica 8th. Miss Apex 9th. And Dirk Diggler 10th. Do you have any predictions for this race tonight? We've got a fairly diverse grid. Diverse grid as in, I believe, positions are a bit different than normal, as Taijo seems a bit higher. Tojo's gone really quick. McToasty with a great debut. And TGS taking that 6th place as Supercrusher did get a faster lap. And Blankfile really extended his lap time. So TGS is a bit higher than Misty Apex, but what are your predictions for this race?
Yeah, I expect a good battle between the top 4. They're all good drivers. They're all really fast. But we know Dirt Rally and Blankfile, they're very quick, so we could see a bit of carnage, or hopefully not, into turn 1 with everyone. So we'll see. But no, I think the top 4 will have a good battle there.
Yeah, what I really want to see is, we don't know if they're going to make a much quicker start compared to Bathurst, but I want to see if there's the pit stop strategy that comes in between the top 2 or anyone with any undercutting. But here we go, heading for the start of the race. We are off and the cars are running. There's a great start from Taijo going in the middle of Dirt Rally.
So why go into turn 1?
Yeah, but he gives us space. That's exactly what I believe you should do. Going for the safer move. Hopefully we'll make it all clean compared to Fuji. That's Taijo. Everyone made it through the corner really well. There we go. Supercrusher, what happened there with Dirt Rally? He did got slower starts. This is what Supercrusher needs. He made a lot of positions there, going from 1st to 5th to 3rd. What a great start from Supercrusher. Taijo kept his position in No, Taijo went up a position. So what do you think? What happened with Dirt Rally? Were you watching him there?
I'd imagine he got a bit of wheel spin on the start, and the others just got a better start, and then they just got the inside of him. He ran a bit wide in turn 1, so
yeah, he did start on the outside, which is bit harder when you have Blankfile on the inside, and I guess if Dirt Rally got a slower start, he's got Taijo going on his inside. Taijo and Dirt Rally must have gone a bit more cautious into turn 1, where Blankfile can just take advantage of that, trying to storm up the standings.
It's a nice clean start by everyone, and
Toasty's gone down to 6, so TGS has made a move on him, and Supercrusher did as well. So TGS has made some great moves, going above Misty Apex. So Blankfile's extending his gap. Oh no! Is that Supercrusher? He didn't go into the wall. No, he's lucky without damage, but he's going to wait for all the drivers to go past to make it a clean rejoin. But there we go. That's his tyres are not going to like that one. Hopefully that doesn't change. Yeah, that corner's definitely one of the ones you've got to look out for in the race. But yeah, you can. That's from memory of racing here before. Wheel spin can happen a lot at that corner. Wheel spin can happen quite easily there. But heading back to the lead of the pack, Then he battles. We've got Dirt Rally and McToasty having quite the battle. Revs Martin's behind him, I believe. And that's TGS in third. Wow, TGS gone from where did TGS start? Was that 6th place for TGS? He's in third. That's great for him. So yeah, Dirt Rally's going to really try to make the move on TGS sometime soon. As he got TGS getting a great start and Dirt Rally getting a bit slower. So Dirt Rally's not going to be happy with that, trying to make up the positions. But with Supercrusher now losing control in that. Did someone retire? We've got 10 cars in the race.
I believe so, yes.
Supercrusher 9th. Metallica's 7th. Toasty's 5th. I believe it's Missy Apex.
Yes, it is, yep.
Yeah, yeah, we need to figure out what happened with Missy Apex there. Was possibly this happened to him at Bathurst too. Just after qualifying, he's had some sort of failure and he was able to start the race, but we did see his green car in the first few laps. He started the race, his start was alright, but yeah,
Dirt Rally is currently all over the back.
Really sad for him. Yeah, we'll go back to this battle. Dirt Rally, he needs to make that position. He wants to get those championship points up, because if his pit stop fails and Supercrusher's pit stop goes well, we've got a whole another 40 minutes to go. With pit stop strategies can go anywhere. I don't think Dirt Rally should be relaxing anytime soon with the lead he has on Supercrusher. And Blankfall getting in first place. He can make that third place after this race, possibly, with Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin in 6th and 8th, but Dirt Rally's getting really close to him there. Possibly, yeah, I don't believe he's going to make the overtake on this lap, but he's getting much closer.
Dirt Rally's got to try and get as many cars in between him and Supercrusher and just hope that everything goes his way before this pit stop, and then really push from there.
Yeah, and that is true. The traffic is what's going to affect the battle between the championship leaders here. 2 points in between them. Dirt Rally's already got one confirmed point from qualifying. So what he needs to do is get as many more points as possible now, but I don't believe he's going to get the fastest lap with the traffic he's in at the moment. Blank with no traffic right now, he's the one looking for that fastest lap. So with the cars that have the traffic at the moment, what they're going to have to be looking to do is pit while they're in the traffic so they can get out. But we haven't seen anyone coming I don't believe we'll be seeing a pit stop this early, but yep, there we go. Hamish is saying that Apex has got a disconnect, which is really unfortunate for him. Happened at Bathurst, so he's having some sort of connection issues, but he was scoring well in qualifying. But yeah, hopefully we can see him in the final race. But Dirt Rally's still trying to close on TGS, and McToasty's behind him in his debut race, going really well so far in 5th place.
Looks like TGS and Dirt Rally are starting to get a slightly bigger gap on the leader, so I imagine Dirt Rally wants to get past as soon as possible to really try and get back up to him. Yeah,
TGS is extending the lead a little bit. That gap, you can see not only on the timings, but visibly that gap is a lot larger than it was last lap too. See, Blankfall's making a very comfortable lead on Taijo. This will be his, I do believe this will be, yeah, this is going to be Blankfall's. Yeah, Blankfall's got one win, 1 second place, and 1 third place. So this is definitely going to be if he can keep this up, he's going for his 2nd win of the season here, hopefully to climb back up that standings like I'm talking about.
And TGS and Dirt Rally made contact. TGS went round turn 1.
So what's happened there? No damage on the cars. Yeah, can you tell me? I wasn't on them there, but as your camera was on those cars, so what can you tell me about what happened there?
TGS just got loose into turn 1 and Dirt Rally made minor contact. I don't believe they sustained any damage, but definitely that's another 4 seconds back now.
So who was on the inside and who was on the outside there?
Dirt Rally, I don't think it was actually making a move. He was just behind him and then had nowhere to go when TGS went round.
Oh, so Dirt Rally must have hit his rear, you're saying?
No, he hit him once it spun.
Oh no, so there was a spin, and yeah, they both would have lost a lot of time there. McTracy must have stayed cautious behind them if they would have spun, but none of them had changed positions, but Do you think there's going to be anything sent to the stewards there with that incident?
It's hard to say, really, because TGS went round and there was nowhere to go for dirt rally. I'd really put down the racing incident.
Yeah, I believe that would be a racing incident there. If he could only lose control, you can't really do much about that.
Yeah. But Taijo's starting to fall back from Blake Farr now, which is almost a second quicker at last lap.
Yeah, that's a 2.5 second lead Blankfell's having on Taijo heading into the first corner, but Taijo's doing quite well this race, second place. Second place. Last time we saw Taijo this high in the timings for the race was Watkins Glen. He was doing really well there, which is when he got his first win of the season. So Taijo could be going for a win here, but the only way I believe Taijo can do that is with his pit strategy. If what happened last time there was first and second going quite close in the race was, well, they pitted at the same time. You saw this in Bathurst. They weren't as close to what Taijo and Blake are now, but they were really, well...
Dirt rallies make you move up the inside on TGS.
Oh, we'll quickly have a look at that, but TGS gets quicker into the corner. Heading into the back straight, so yes, Dirt Rally is starting to make the move now. He's getting quite eager to make the move. He needs to get up there as quick as he can, because it can only get worse from here.
There's a bit of contact there.
Heading into the chicane, is it too wide? I believe that is too wide. No, TGS does get the quicker exit there, heading into Coca-Cola curve. Dirt Rally takes the inside, but he knows he's not quick enough there, so he has to stay behind. But so Dirt Rally, TGS has colder front right tyres. We'll have a look at the right tyre seems to be a little colder than the left tyres here at this track. So TGS does have colder tyres. So we could have harder tyres, or he is managing his tyres more. But if TGS is running harder tyres with his colder temperatures there, but we could be saying, I'm not sure if that's part of his pit strategy to pit later or not, but...
And also looks like Tosi's also moving on this battle as well.
Oh yeah, well, if these two are going to continue trying to overtake each other, that just means Tosi's going to be able to get closer and closer to them and just join in on the battle. He's not fighting...
2 seconds in that last lap too by the spell, so Dirt Rally really needs to try and get past him.
Yeah, I mean, Tosi's not fighting for championship points, but he's gone for a really great result. He wants to show for the audience of Flux that he can make a great debut race here in the V8s. If he's quick in the GTEs, he's quick in the Intercars, he's quick in the LP2s. He wants to show us what he's like in the V8s. As he goes on the outside of Dirt Rally as TGS is extending this lead. Tosi almost could possibly go on the inside of Dirt Rally, heading into the chicane, makes the move. Tosi's now on the outside of Dirt Rally, heading into the chicane. Dirt Rally's outside.
Tosi's made the move.
There he is. Tosi's got the outside. That just makes the gap in between Dirt Rally and Supercrosser even shorter.
TGS has taken off from him.
Well, that was... Wow. That was really not what I expect. TGS making a really great move. Yep.
Dirt Rally's
yeah. He's quite behind Toasty, but he's still thinking about it. But in the back, we've got all the... So what's happened with Mr. Metallica? He wasn't ninth before, but he must have spun out there. There's no damage on his car, but... Were you watching Metallica at all? He's spun out of some sort. He's flashing his lights, so he knows the camera's on him. So he's got some sort of sense there, but yeah, he must have spun out of something.
Last lap, so Taijo has come off. He's down to third now.
TGS makes second. This is great for TGS. He was gone from sixth to second place, so something's happened with Taijo. He must have lost the control a bit in the Mercedes arena. Putting TGS in second, this is great for Blankfire. So all Blankfire has to do for now is keep that lead, but so we got another battle on the track with TGS and Taijo, Toasty and Dirt Rally, but Dirt Rally's almost, yeah, Dirt Rally's a bit behind there before, but there we go, we've got Revs, Dirk Diggler, and then Rev's teammate Supercrosser in behind Dirk Diggler, so Revs, the Supercrosser, will be really wanting Revs Martin to hold Dirk Diggler up as much as he possibly can. It's Taijo's... Oh, yeah, Taijo knew he couldn't make the inside, so he went right behind the car, but he left the draft in the straight. Can he take the inside? He's keeping the draft, and now he's getting closer.
TGS is moving over, no?
TGS back on the line. He's going to... Taijo seems to have broke a lot later, so there we go. The safe move.
Nice move by Taijo.
Taijo had the lane and TGS had to give it to him. Taijo broke later, but there was a clean lane between them. That's a great overtake by Taijo. TGS thinking about taking the outside, but possibly not. Taijo's just that little bit quicker in taking the exit.
And Dirt Rally's down into 6th now.
What's happened here?
Oh no, sorry, he's at 9th. He's just made a pit stop.
9th. Okay, yep, that's Dirt Rally making his pit stop. So I do believe what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. He's escaping the traffic, trying to make all the lap times he possibly can. But that is late pit stop. So Dirt Rally will have worse. We don't know how hard the tyres will be that he just put on. I'm guessing they will definitely be soft with how the weather is. But I reckon if Dirt Rally's put on tyres now, that's the earliest pit stop of the race. So if we can see, Dirt Rally's taking the pit stop to avoid the traffic. But with his lap times later on in the race, will they decrease if he's taking the early pit stop? Will his tyres be affected later on in the race, having more time than the other races?
Definitely got quite a long stint on those tyres, and Blankfeld said quite nicely, he's definitely going to have less time on those tyres, so it'll be interesting to see how well he can make those tyres work.
Yeah, I don't think Dirt Rally will be making any time on Blankfeld anytime soon, but what we'll have to see is what Supercross does makes his next choice about this is he's made a spin at the end.
Taijo's back down to 3rd now, so TGS must have made a move on him.
Yeah, were you watching them there? We didn't catch that, but
no.
Yeah, we've got heading out of Mercedes Arena. We've got Toasty in 4th place now, getting a little closer to Taijo, but yeah, that's now almost a second gap ahead of in between them now. So TGS is extending that lead a little more. Taijo 3rd. Losing a little.
Res Martin going at it here.
Yeah, that's. And these two are close in the standings. This is the battle for 3rd place in the standings. These two are really want to make sure the other can keep that position. What they really want. This is 3rd place for Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin in 4th place. So Revs Martin really want to make that 3rd place as the extra team. They want both their cars to finish on the podium this season, and to make that happen, Revs has to stay above Dirk Diggler. The extra team, they have Supercrosser in 2nd place and Revs Martin in 4th. Oh, and he takes the endurance hairpin. He's going to have to slow down there to let Dirk Diggler pass after cutting the chicane. So yeah, Revs Martin is going to have to slow down and let Dirk Diggler pass there after cutting the chicane. But he doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Not very slowing down, no. Diggler will be having a look here.
Yeah, so Revs Martin's going to have to give the position back. So if Revs doesn't give the position back anytime soon, he may get penalised after the race. But he does give the position back. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, after cutting the corner there, that was a bit of a mistake there by Revs Martin. But now he's got his teammate Supercrosser behind them. So this is probably not what the team wants. Their two cars right next to each other in the grid. But we'll head back up to the rest of the track. But we've got. Yeah, the gap between the top 4 is really extended now. We've got TGS 14 seconds behind Blankfeld. Yeah, it's almost a second gap with Taijo, and then 2 seconds behind Taijo is McToasty. Great drive for McToasty tonight, making his debut race. What are your thoughts about Toasty tonight? He's doing really good. He's one of the faster GTE drivers and also one of the faster IndyCar drivers.
He's having a fantastic race.
Yeah, very early in America, so he's staying up to get some V8 action. And yeah, I'm amazed to see how well he's doing, but props to him, and I believe he can really keep it going for the further part of the race if he makes his pit strategy right, making it for a debut race as a reserve driver, not a full time. He's going amazingly well. But yeah, we've got Rev still that little bit behind Dirk Diggler after having to give the position back. He's going to have to try and make that time up and Dirk Diggler trying to defend that 3rd place in the standings with 5th and 6th, but Rev's gone for the inside on the straight. Is he making that move? He is getting quicker on the straight, taking the inside line, and that's going to be very easy for the Rev tag. Dirk Diggler is going to have to give that. No, that's the extra cars. Yep. No, that's. Yep, I believe what's happening there is, I reckon Dirk would have, not Dirk, but Revs Martin would have given Supercrosser the position as possibly team orders by the boss there. But yeah, team orders, I believe, would have told Revs to give Supercrosser the position as Supercrosser's battling with Dirt Rally in the championship standings. So yeah, Revs would have been told to. Can only believe Revs would have been told to give Supercrosser the position as Supercrosser's been really close to with that in the standings for that first place. As Metallica's now in ninth. So after his spin out, so yeah, the Get Gloves team isn't going too great tonight. With we'll check has Metallica made a pit stop tonight?
And Taijo is significantly closer to TGS now. He's definitely trying to make that move.
Oh well, yep, there we go. The battle is back with TGS and Taijo, but just a heads up, everyone. If we're looking at the penalties, Taijo does have a 2-second penalty. So what Taijo needs to do is not only overtake TGS, but keep a 2-second gap by the time he does overtake. But there we go. We have a second pit stop of the race in McToasty. Make an early pit stop trying to avoid the traffic of the antics of Taijo and TGS. So if he was getting held up by the battle of Taijo and TGS, he knew the right thing to do was to take a pit stop.
When they're in that halfway point too, so I'd imagine Toyota will be happy with how his tyres are, and he's confident they can go that second half of the race. Sort of
yeah, I think that was definitely a smart move by Toasty, trying to avoid the traffic. But yeah, Supercross now in 5th after Revs Martin letting him go. That gives him much more time to try and catch up to Revs Martin. So I don't believe Supercross is going to have to pit anytime soon. He's got no traffic around him. He's just going to try and make all the lap times he can. But there we go. Dirt Rally's overtaken Toasty, and they're all in the lead. So I believe Metallica must have taken a pit stop sometime earlier too. So we've got, if I am correct, we've got 3 cars out of 9 taking a pit stop with retirement from Missy Apex. So we've got 3 out of 9 cars taking a pit stop. So what we really need to see is a battle between Dirt Rally and Supercrusher. Supercrusher hasn't made his pit stop yet, so this is battle for first place. And then Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin. There's the battle for 3rd place in the championship, but with Supercrush, Dirt Rally really extending that lead after Revs had to let him go after cutting the corner. Revs has really got to make something special happen tonight to try and catch up to Dirk Diggler with his teammate past him now. What they need to do is possibly make some much quicker lap times or have some sort of pit strategy really well done.
Taijo's still trying to make his way back to TGS, but it seems to have lost a bit of pace on him in that last lap.
Yeah, if we head to TGS, it's now almost a 1 second. 1 second gap now, so 500, 600. Yeah, the gap is almost getting. Yeah, the gap is getting closer. Taijo is closing on in him. So I believe what's going to happen here is, I reckon this is going to be what happened with Bathurst with Blank and Dirt. Do you reckon they're going to Taijo's just going to wait for TGS to make his pit stop and go in at the same time? That could happen, or there'll be an undercut.
Yeah, he could try the undercut. Cause I'm not too sure if he wants to follow him in and then see what happens. But I think if he tries to go for a good hard push lap when TGS goes in, he might be able to get him.
Yeah, and with the data we're given, we can't see how degraded the tyres are on the cars, but we can see the tyre temperatures. So by looking at the tyre temperatures, Taijo does seem to have the warmer tyres, but we don't know if whose tyres do have degraded more. But possibly we are seeing whose car can last the longest or whose car is going to go into the pits earlier. But yeah, TGS does seem to have a bit of a slow exit. He's almost weaving a little bit, not completely, but just to correct his car to get it back to more stable, as he got a bit of a loose exit there as they exited the Mercedes arena, heading into what I believe is Kurzan Wingdung, trying to pronounce it German. I could be wrong there, sorry for all the Germans watching, but trying to pronounce the corners the best as I can, heading into the back straight into Advenbogen. That's basically a kink heading into the cave.
Taijo's gone round.
Yeah, Taijo's. That's not what he wanted. No, that extends the lead for TGS. TGS going to be very happy with that one. And with Taijo's penalty, that's really not what Taijo wants tonight. That's a great lead, great gap TGS now has in 15 seconds for a blank foul. I think that's a smart move for Taijo. If he's going to lose time on that lap, going into the pits the right thing to do. So that's Dirk Diggler 4th, Supercrusher 5th, and Revs Martin 6th. The rest of the cars that haven't pitted. So what we see is Dirt Rally already behind Revs Martin? Yeah, Dirt Rally's caught up. Revs Martin's taking his pit stop behind Tyjo now. Yep. So, yep, there we go.
And by the looks of Tyjo's onboard, he had about 3/4 of his tyre left, so tyre is not too bad. Interesting to see here if he does a full service, his tyres will just fuel.
Yeah, so there we go. Dirt Rally's now 5th in his pit stop, overtaking Revs Martin. So I don't think Supercross has pitted this race.
No, I don't believe he has. No, and
Dirt Rally's almost caught it up.
Tyres as well.
Tyjo's done tyres, so there we go. Tyjo's gone for the quickest lap. He's not gone for the quick pit stop, but he's gone for the quicker race later on. As there we go, Toasty's coming up behind him. Toasty's coming up behind him after the straight, but there we go. I don't think Supercross has made a pit stop, and by avoiding the traffic, Dirt Rally's been able to make the quickest laps he can, and he's already caught up to.
Blankfile's on the pits now.
And yeah, Blankfile's this is going to very dominant race from Blankfile, who's really amazing. Very high lead for the lot of the race, almost a 20-second lead from what we've had in the race. But Dirk Diggler having the pit. There we go, TGS behind him. So, everyone's made their pits so far. Yep, there we go, Dirk Diggler. Are we going to see Supercrusher as the last one to pit tonight? Yep, there we go, Supercrusher's in the pits. Dirk Diggler in the pits, this is what we want to see. Dirt Rally coming onto the main straight, exiting Coca-Cola Curve.
Where will he come out?
There we go, this is just what he wants. He's overtaken Supercrusher, who's 2 points behind him in the championship. Blankfile coming out. This is amazing for Dirt Rally. He's caught up to the leader of the race, coming from 9th to almost coming from 9th to 2nd, just from an amazing pit strategy, pitting earlier, avoiding the traffic, and he's caught up to Blankfile.
The undercut definitely worked for Dirt Rally, that's for sure.
That's amazing from Dirt Rally. He avoided the traffic all race. He caught up to him while they were battling each other, and he's caught up to Blankfile, who he started next to in the grid. He's gone up 9 positions.
Tyjo's back up to 3rd and McTosey in 4th now.
Yeah, TGS must have had a so I wonder what happened there with TGS. I wonder if he had a slower pit stop for some reason. He was in 3rd. Battling Tyjo now, he's 7th. With even Mr. Metallica got above him now, but this is there we go, Mr. Metallica 6th. Yeah, but TGS
will really be trying to push up to Blankfile now. He's got him close, so.
Yeah, so Dirt Rally's been quicker on this track during qualifying, but the thing is, do you know if Dirt Rally have pitted for tyres or not?
I'm not too sure. I'd imagine he will have, seeing how early he.
Yeah, but do you think Blankfile pitted for tyres?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Seeing the length of his pit stop, I'd imagine he has.
Yeah.
Seeing the lead he had,
So, Dirt Rally's been quick in qualifying, but Blankfile's got the fresher tyres in this pit stop.
Significantly fresher as well. I think Dirt Rally went in 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he pitted with half an hour to go, and that's a 10-minute gap with 10-minute time difference with how old the tyres are. That's much older tyres from Dirt Rally and Blankfile. So Dirt Rally maybe have to catch up, close the gap for now, but later on in the race it could get worse for Dirt Rally. And so Mr. Metallica hadn't made a pit stop, so. Yeah, he has made a pit stop, making his first pit stop, so he must have gotten loose earlier in the race or spun of some sort, but that's Revs Martin overtaking him now. Supercrosser, his teammate, 7th. So there we go. Dirt Rally's gotten what he's wanted. He's got the gap from Supercrosser now. If Dirt Rally wants something from Supercrosser, is to have a lot of cars between him to keep the traffic in front of Supercrosser, and that's what Dirt Rally's got. And he's got quite the gap in between Tyjo and Blankfile. He's 4 seconds behind Blankfile, which is quite longer than what it has before. Do you know what's made Dirt Rally slower?
I think Blankfile's definitely capitalising on those fresh tyres in Dirt Rally. I think he's just struggling with the slightly older tyres. This track is possibly starting to heat up and get a bit of rubber on it, and he's just finding those older tyres a little bit too hard.
Yeah, and Dirt Rally hasn't got the fastest lap either, so Dirt Rally won't be able to go for that 4th hat-trick, and Blankfile's got the fastest lap.
Into the gravel.
Oh no! What's happened? He's
outbraked himself around a bit wide. He's kept it back on, didn't spin it around, so he's He's lost a bit of time, but not too
Yes.
much.
Not enough for Taijo to be able to catch up. That'd have to be a very catastrophic crash for Taijo to be able to catch up. It's quite the gap from Toasty behind, and we'll go for that. Yeah, Dirk Diggler and TGS. So TGS is a bit slower now. We must have some sort of, yeah, I think it was his pit stop or something like that. But yeah, that's Dirk Diggler out of Revs Martin, so he's defending that third place, which is not what the extra team's going to be wanting tonight. They're hoping for both their drivers on the podium for the season, but Dirk Diggler happily defending that third place, but will it be enough with Blankfile's first place in the race tonight?
I think in Dirt Rally's case, with where he's sitting now and seeing Supercrushers in 7th, he just needs to try and keep it clean for the last 17 minutes. Doesn't really need to win the race, but he's still getting good points sitting where he is now. Yeah,
Dirt Rally's definitely got what he's needed, and all he needs to now is if he finishes now, you just have to finish in the top 5 for Circuit of Americas, I believe, and he should be fine. But yeah, I believe there's a big gap from Dirk Diggler to Blankfile, but with first place getting 35 points and fifth place getting 23, it won't be enough for third place, but it will be definitely a closing gap. So I believe we'll be having a battle for third at Circuit of Americas in our final race with Blankfile and Dirk Diggler.
Even possibly for the title as well, because as we know, anything can happen in these races. But Dirt Rally has an issue, and Supercrusher capitalises and comes up into the podium. We could possibly see a title fight.
Oh yeah, easily. We still have 16 minutes left to go, and anything can happen. Everyone's taken their pit stop now, so they can't really be pit strategies that play into it. But as we saw earlier, that Coca-Cola curve, that exit can be really hard to manage if you're not on that accelerator too much. The car can spin out, which is what we saw from Supercross. You won't be happy about that at all. But
yeah, it's so easy to do. If you just grab a little bit too much throttle, the car just loops right round.
Yeah. So Supercross needs to take advantage of whatever he can possibly do next week at Circuit of Americas. He's going to definitely be using a high downforce setup if he gets a bit loose out of that corner. But head back onto McToasty going into his debut race. But yeah, with Circuit of Americas, you'll definitely be using a high downforce setup similar to Brands Hatch. I won't be sure if it'll be a very similar setup, as I don't know if there's the elevation changes. Yeah, when you're going uphill, with the camber, you're going to be using some sort of camber in the first corner. You're going straight uphill. You can use late braking, so I believe there'll be definitely overtaking going into the first corner and the corner that leads back onto the GP circuit that cuts through in that national circuit section. As in the national circuit, you turn left instead of right to go to the GP section, but yeah, in that little section there is a lot of overtaking there. So I believe with the amount of overtaking I can see potentially happening at Circuit of Americas.
TGS are very close now.
Oh, okay. Yep, the gap is closed.
Significantly close now.
So this has just brought him closer to Revs Martin. There's quite the gap between them, but yeah, this is not what Diggle is going to be wanting with that third place battle with Revs Martin. But yeah, there we go. TGS is back in 5th. He was running a great race earlier, making it just second place. He'll be trying to storm back up the field with how quick his lap times were early in the race, but yeah, standing wise, TGS is behind Misty Apex and MJ, but not sure if it won't be enough to get above MJ, but can be enough to get above Misty Apex's with Misty Apex's retirement. So this will be great for TGS. He will be trying to close that gap on Taijo eventually, but the only way for that to happen is for Taijo to stuff up sometime in the next 14 minutes or have some sort of mistake during Circuit of Americas, which I don't see happening any soon, but definitely possible. McToasty 4th place in his debut race. It's a really great race for him today. Really amazed to see the 4th place in him. He's quick in all the races in the championships he's in, and well, he's shown us he's quick in the V8s as well. Great racing from McToasty. Love seeing the racing from him tonight for a debut race.
It's definitely going to be an interesting race next week, because I think we could see quite a bit of movement, because everyone's starting to get quite close to the championship, and I think definitely the title fight could be possible depending on what happens.
Yeah, anything can happen. I do believe we'll possibly be having another debut race from Spud Mad next week, and from many practice sessions, I believe, in Spud Mad's preparation for the season as well. Spud Mad's been quite the quick driver as well, so I believe reserve drivers won't be going for points, but what we'll be seeing is reserve drivers will be trying to get the best races they can to show everyone what they can do for next season. So with the reserve drivers trying to make the best races, but the championship driver's gonna... Oh,
now,
so yeah, they've got quite the battle there, but Dirk Diggler is going to be closing up behind them. If those two are getting quicker, is that Dirk Diggler making the move on TGS now?
You know, Spudman, I've raced with before out of Flux, and he's definitely a quick driver, and we'll definitely be trying to push this hard and kind of stir things up next week.
Yeah, exactly. What I was saying is, there's going to be a big thing to say with the reserve drivers and the championship drivers. Reserve drivers not going for the championship points of it. What the championship drivers will have to say is, have to think about is, well, they're still going to have to battle these reserve drivers, but the reserve drivers could be really making it hard for the championship drivers trying to overtake each other for championship points. So what I'm really excited to see is how the difference is going to be for those drivers next week. If Dirt Rally and Supercross get into a battle, but they've got the reserve driver Spudmad between them, it's going to be really fun to see. Spudmad going for his best race and going for a great first debut position, and those two would be battling for points. So I believe he's going to bring exciting racing.
I definitely think he could be up there in that top three, really fighting for that win, because he's quick and he'll really try to do as well as he can.
Yeah, but we will also have Blankfile up there too, trying to close the gap with Revs Martin and Dirk Diggler. So it's going to be, I believe it's going to be a very exciting final race of the season, with Blankfile just trying to gain the positions up first place today. So if Blankfile's trying to climb the standings to get closer to Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin will be trying to have a battle there, and we'll have the Dirt Rally and Supercross battle. I can only imagine we're going to have really exciting racing. Not only championship ridings, but with racing race too. We've got really close racing from Taijo tonight in third place, and TGS in fifth as well.
Making up time here on Dirt Rally. There's only 5 seconds between them now. That was definitely a lot more before. It was about 7 or 8. So he's making back up on Dirt Rally. Had a slower lap last lap.
Yeah, do you have the data from Taijo's on board still up?
I can get you that.
Yeah, because I wonder what's happening there. If we can have a look at Taijo's on board to see how his car's feeling, because I wonder if
tyres are looking good.
Yeah,
no
okay.
He's been lapping the 24s last few laps consistently.
Yeah,
there's a 4-second penalty, which is definitely going to play a part in this.
Oh, so yeah, he did have a 2-second penalty earlier, so that's not good for Taijo. So if he can get closer to Dirt Rally, he's not only got to go overtake Dirt Rally in these next 10 minutes, but gain a 4-second gap over from two. But Dirt Rally, I believe he won't be too worried about the finish, but with Supercross being so far behind him, but he'll be still trying to finish as high as he can just to make sure he keeps the gap done. But with the fastest lap still, I do believe Blankfile's still got the fastest lap. Yeah, Blankfile's got great race pace. Not the quality pace that Dirt Rally had, but he's got amazing race pace.
Dirt Rally seems to be falling behind a lot. He's getting significantly slower. I don't know if he's going to damage to that car or not. It doesn't look like. It could be tyre wear, because he's been on that set for quite a long time now compared to the guys around him. Yeah, his pit stop was very early, so the only thing I can imagine is tyre wear. He's got no damage in his car. He's got a really clean looking car. So it's 4 seconds to Taijo now. Yeah, it's an absolute mystery of what's happening to Dirt Rally. He's gotten much slower. Taijo, do you think Taijo's going to make a move in these next 5 minutes? He's really going to push to get up there, because he knows he's got that 4-second penalty lurking over his head. And I think if he can get as many points as he can now, he's got to try it. And yeah, Taijo did great at Bathurst. He won at Watkins Glen, but if Taijo's going to try and make a great result this season, he's got a big gap with the drivers ahead of him and behind him in the championship. But he can only, I think he slowed down there a bit because he has slowed down. He doesn't want to get any more penalties from cutting that corner before the final straight. So yeah, he did break a bit on that straight to avoid the slow down. Dirt Rally there so Dirt Rally's able to extend that lead, making it a bit easier for him to have to worry about Taijo entering the back straight now with that 4-second penalty. So I don't think to fourth, and TGS is trying to fight that back. Yes, we've got another battle. So TGS has gotten further from
Dirk Diggles, yeah, that's Metallica is a blue flag back marker with them, but yeah, that's McToasty's setting fairly quick lap times, I believe, with McToasty's last lap with a McToasty's last lap was a 26 and TGS's last lap was a 25. So based on last lap, TGS is setting faster lap times, but yeah, he could be closing the gap to McToasty. So McToasty's making a great debut race, but he's not. That doesn't mean he's going to be letting these championship drivers get in past him too. He's showing them he's a quick driver in these V8s, and he wants to get the best result he can.
I just still pushing to try and close that gap down, but I don't know. He's got 7 minutes. He's realistically got to make up 9 to 10 seconds with that penalty. I don't know if he'll be able to do it.
I believe he'll be able to overtake Dirt Rally, but I don't believe it will really show up in the times with the penalty he has. But what I really want to see is with McToasty and TGS, if a battle happens there anytime soon, and even Dirk Diggler behind them, if these two start trying to overtake each other soon, I believe that we could see Dirk Diggler catch up to them. As in the cockpit of Dirk Diggler's car, we can even just watch these two get closer with their gap. They used to be really close earlier, but if TGS can catch up to McToasty, get side by side, that'll make both of those cars lose time, and that'll leave Dirk Diggler be able to catch up, helping him defend that third place in the championship with Revs Martin with 2 places behind him in both extra cars in 7th and 8th.
Well, it's a fantastic race so far from McToasty. He's sitting in P4 and he's done a great job.
Yeah, I think Tyjo's really doing well tonight. That's only a 5-second gap now from what he had with Dirt Rally, almost 5 seconds, and he can close that gap, but we really don't know if it's going to be enough. There's no pit strategies to play now. They've all pitted, they've all got their different tyres. This is where we see the aftermath of the pit strategies play out with the tyre wear. So yeah, Dirt Rally does have much older tyres. So he made up his time avoiding the traffic, but yeah, he's going to be much slower in the after part of the race, with playing files only going to extend his lead now. But
if Dirt Rally keeps it clean, he should be able to keep Tyjo third.
Oh yeah, I agree. Dirt Rally just has to keep his car on track, but yeah, based on we can see TGS made the overtake.
McToasty will really be wanting to fight that back now.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, these two are battling it out, and Dirk Diggler can only make time. As we're on the onboard from Dirk Diggler, and we could see that was a great overtake from TGS, and Dirk Diggler is going to be getting close to them. That's quite the... TGS has already made the gap on those two, but this is a great battle for 4th place here with TGS, McToasty and Dirk Diggler. So this is the 3rd place car in 6th place, and then a reserve driver in 5th, and TGS is, I believe, 7th place in the standings. You know, he's 9th.
Get down to 3 seconds now.
Oh, wow, 4 minutes left to go, so Tyler's really going to be trying to get that gap, so he's closing the gap.
Now down to 2 seconds, almost.
Almost, yes. In the end, Dirt Rally does lose a bit of speed in that kink. No, that's not. Yeah, that wasn't the kink. That was in the final corner before the straight. I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce it. I'm not too great with my German. Yeah, but that kink Advenbogen corner heading in through the chicane into Coca-Cola curve. It's only a 2-second gap. Dirt Rally knows Tyjo's gone for the best result he can. Tyjo hasn't had the best weekend in the GTEs, and I don't believe he had a great weekend in the IndyCars. Don't remember too much in memory because I didn't have a great race in the IndyCars, but yeah, Tyjo hasn't had a great weekend in the GTEs, and he's spun a bit there, so Tyjo's going to be wanting to make up for his races in the GTEs, and with a possible 2nd place here, Tyjo's not going to be holding back. He's got a 4-second penalty, but that's not going to be holding him back.
Yeah,
if he can overtake him.
He's fighting with that car a bit, especially with his tyres. It looks like he's having a few issues with that car, so I think Tyjo, he's got the newer tyres, and he's not having as many problems as Dirt Rally is.
Yeah, I didn't think the tyres would have gotten that much. I don't believe the tyre. It could have just be the tyres that made Dirt Rally lose all that time. That's such a gap that Dirt Rally had. It was so close to being final. Now it's almost a 30-second gap between them. So I can't imagine it's just tyres that's with them. Like,
Well, yeah, it looks like he's made a mistake last lap because he was 6 seconds slower than Taito, so I imagine he's had an off somewhere.
he must have lost control of some sort. But no, that we've missed out. McTosie's spinning out on track. He's on the grass. He's spinning. That's really unfortunate for Tosi. That was a great battle for 4th to 6th place there with those guys. That's like Dirk Diggler been able to overtake Tosi. That's really unfortunate to see, and that's just going to be a warning for Tosi because he's going to be having Supercrusher catching up to him. But we'll head on to this battle.
Taito's a lot closer now.
Yeah, I don't believe Taito's going to have the time to overtake Dirt Rally and get the 4-second gap. The only way this is possible is Dirt Rally loses control of his car. But yeah, I really don't see that happening with Taito going to be trying to get the... it's tough to see with 2 minutes left to go, but...
As long as Dirt Rally keeps within 4 seconds of him...
Actually, no. This is breaking. Dirt Rally has a 2-second penalty now, so this is only 2 seconds between Taito and Dirt Rally. So Taito not only has to take a 2-second gap if he overtakes, but is in the inside, but I don't believe he's quicker in his corner. No, Taito is... No, there we go. Dirt Rally on the outside makes the move.
And a slowdown there.
Yeah, Taito's almost completely... Yeah, Taito's almost completely letting Dirt Rally go, and he doesn't want any more penalties with the 4-second gap. But Taito's going to be trying to get him quicker as we head into the kink of... Now heading to the chicane of NGK. Taito's not going to have the room. We've got a minute and a half left to go. Taito's got the position. Is that a bit of contact we saw? No. As Carlin's
got the inside. Coca-Cola curve.
Taito's made the inside move. He's just got to make 2 seconds now. As Carlin Hicks likes to call it, we'll head to the greatest drone view of all time in the chase cam.
Taito's got 1 lap to make up 2 seconds on Dirt Rally here.
And Dirt Rally wants to keep that car as close to him as he possibly can. So yeah, Taito did seem to get the quicker entry into the corner as well. He possibly broke a bit later there.
He's extending that lead already.
But he loses control and entering the Mercedes arena. Not what he wants to do there, but exiting Mercedes arena. That gap's only getting bigger. On board with Dirt Rally's car, this is exactly what Taito needs, a 2-second gap. It might not be enough with how long they're left is in the car. 30-second laps. Not 30-second laps, but 30 seconds left to go.
He's already got a second on him. Can he make up that other second last half of the lap?
And white flag, we're on the final lap. Blank Files crosses the line to make the final lap. So this is...
Oh, he's extended it.
There we go, this is 2 seconds. This is 2 seconds. Almost, not back to 1 second. Yeah, Taito's almost done it. This is looking at the times.
2 corners to be spot on here.
Supercrush has also overtaken McTosie, so McTosie's must have spun out again, lost control.
He's got 2 seconds.
There we go, Taito's done it. Supercrush has seemed to have been much slower on the exit of NGK hairpin, losing the Coca-Cola curve, but yet he's done it. On the white flag of the final lap. Well done from Taito. Great job.
Great job.
What a race from Taito. It could only be the tyres, I'm guessing, with Dirt Rally that's really been affecting him tonight.
Dirt Rally had a 4-second penalty there as well.
So Dirt Rally's got an even bigger penalty. This Taito doesn't have to worry about time anymore. They've got equal timings now with that 4-second penalty. Amazing lap. Taito's definitely going to be feeling happy there. Yeah, Taito had a 23.9 that lap and Dirt Rally had a 24.1. As the timings we can see, both have the 4-second penalties, so none of them have to worry about times. That's great racing from Taito.
We're very, very pleased with that.
Yeah, Metallica as the back marker letting Blank File go by on Coca-Cola curve, just heading off across the line of the white flag. On the inside, that's race finish for Blank File with Metallica heading across the line. McTosie spins it in the final race. That means Revs Martin's going to be able to overtake him. Yes, that's McTosie in 8th. Unfortunate for McTosie.
What a shame. He was doing so well, but...
Really unlucky for Toasty losing control. That means both extra cars were able to overtake him, but here he goes. That's Taito exiting the corner, heading to Coca-Cola curve. Now almost that's a really large gap we have between them now. It's only 2 seconds, almost 5 seconds now. There we go. Yeah, Taijo weaving in celebration, it smashes the car. The team's going to absolutely love the damage that Taijo's giving them there. Bit of celebration
Fantastic
from
race.
Taijo, but yeah,
But
yeah, that's
awesome. Blake Fowle, great job. He had a very dominating race today.
yeah, but he had first place almost the whole time. That was amazing. There, but yeah. Oh no, yeah, but yeah, so that's Taijo second place, Dirt Rally third, and TGS fourth. They've all crossed the line.
Supercrusher last across the line.
Yeah, there we go. That's the race finished. With unlucky from Misty Apex having to retire there, but yeah, with Blankfile first, he did get the fastest lap too, defending that hat trick from Dirt Rally that he was going for. Yep, that's a 23.5. That's definitely the fastest lap there. Yeah, that's Blankfile first. That's exactly what Blankfile's doing. He's storming up for the championship points to try and take that fourth place or even third place at Circuit of Americas. So Taijo second, Dirt Rally third, TGS fourth. That's great for him to climb up the standings, going above Missy Apex and getting closer to Taijo. But with Taijo second, that's not going to be very challenging for him at Circuit of Americas. Dirk Diggler fifth is going to be very happy about that, being 2 places above Revs Martin, he is defending for third place in the championship with Revs Martin fourth. Revs Martin's team is in the extra team in 6th place of Supercrusher, who is second in the standings, which is 4 places below Dirt Rally, which is not what Supercrusher is going to be wanting heading to the last race of Circuit of Americas. And Matosi on his debut race 8th did really well for the whole race, setting quite fast laps with a 24.1. But unfortunately, his car got quite loose towards the end of the race. It might have been some tyre issues or something like that. And Metallica 9th, having a bit of trouble for the race, finishing 2 laps behind. But that was a great race. What do you think about that one, Jack?
It was fantastic, and those pit stops, they really played out the strategy well. And Dirt Rally made up all those positions, and it was fantastic. And then that battle with Taijo and Dirt Rally there, and Taijo got done on the last lap.
Yeah, we had a lot of battles today. We had Taijo and TGS, and then TGS and Toasty, TGS and Dirk Diggler behind TGS and Toasty. Great battles for the whole race. And what do we think heading into the Circuit of Americas for the final event? This is really great for the standings, and we've got Spudmad possibly making his debut next week. What do you think about the standings and the race for next week? This is going to be a great race, I believe, next week at Circuit of Americas, with many overtaking opportunities there at that track, high downforce setups.
Well, I think Supercrush will be happy because he was further down before. He's made up a bit on Dirt Rally, so he's not too far behind. So if he can have a good race and Dirt Rally has a few issues, we could possibly see him take the title. But no, it'll be definitely interesting to see Spudmad in the mix with everyone because he's going to be quick and he'll be pushing for that win.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be. I still believe the title race is still on with Dirt Rally and Supercrusher.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything can still happen with these guys. That is a gap between them, 3rd place and 6th place today. And Dirt Rally did get that extra 1 point in qualifying, but no, Supercrusher can make it happen next race. Supercrusher can still make the title, and I do believe Blankfile can still take that 3rd place as well, battling with Dirk Diggler and Revs Martin. I believe we'll have to see this standings when they get released later tonight, but no, I believe anything can still happen next race, and with debut drivers happening.
Dirt Rally got 7 more. Well, got 7 more points than Supercrusher, so it'll be 10 points ahead going into the final round.
Yeah, 10 points. So if we look at that,
Dirt Rally would need to finish really 3rd, top 3.
So Dirt Rally just has to have a top 3 finish and hopefully, top 3 finish, and he's happy. And if Supercrusher can make sure that can prevent that from happening, Supercrusher can still have hope. Supercrusher's definitely still in it, and Blankfile, with how bloody quick he was today, he's definitely going for 3rd place with Dirk Diggler.
Anything can happen. We see what happened to Dirt Rally on the start, and if that happens next week, it could be a bit of a shake.
And that might not even be Dirt Rally next week on the start. It could be anyone. Circuit of America is quite tricky. You head uphill heading into that first corner, so you do break late. But with what you can see, I reckon we'll see a lot of overtakes on that first, even 10 seconds in that lap with that first corner heading uphill, and then heading straight downhill with a long left-hand corner. I believe we're going to see a lot of overtakes next race. With
I think it's going to be a fantastic race.
yeah, it is. We'll check the weather for next race a week ahead. The weather can change quite differently, as we did see rain forecasted for today's race today, but we saw that changes. The rain has just gone a bit further. But yeah, next week we can see light cloud and 20 degrees Celsius for the Circuit of America's final race of the championship. So I believe that'll be what the drivers want. Not too hot on the tyres, but not too cold on them either. There's 20 degrees Celsius and light cloud. It's almost perfect for the tyres. I think the drivers will be very happy about that weather if it stays that way. But with how the weather's been this season, I don't believe it's going to happen, because the weather's been highly unpredictable, which is what we love to see. And with new drivers heading into the next season, I believe it's going to be even more exciting heading into the next season. So, yeah, this has been great tonight for heading into Circuit of Americas. And next race we'll see broadcasted. It's the touring cars on Flux Motorsport TV, commentated by Carlin Hicks and DJ Redders, and that will be at the Raprona circuit, I believe. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, but in the New Zealand, correct me if I'm wrong, Jack. Rapuna, yep, that'll be where the touring cars will be in their final race. But yeah, that'll be a great race to watch. You'll be able to catch that on Flux Motorsport TV, 8 p.m. UK time. And if for the Australian viewers here in the V8s, that will be 7 a.m. in Australian Eastern Time. So great race tonight, and been really great having you in these past two races, Jack.
Awesome, thank you very much. I've enjoyed myself coming here, and maybe come back next week.
Yeah, we'll love to have you next week in Circuit of Americas, and thank you everyone for watching. We will see you next week, Sunday night, Australian time, 8 p.m. This is Mark and Jack with me. Good night, or good morning, everyone. Thank you.